You don't lose 110 pounds by accident. Today I'm going to share with you one of the most life-changing strategies that I used to do that also made it pretty fun. Once I made the promise to myself to lose the weight, I wanted to make it as easy as possible. So I made it a game. I made weight loss a video game, and here's how I did it. Now, I've always been a pretty big gamer, so this was pretty easy for me. And if you're a gamer too, you are well versed in the phenomenon that is loot boxes. Love them or hate them, they're probably here to stay, and they're across several gaming genres. For those of you that don't know, loot boxes are achievements that you can earn to essentially win a bunch of random free gear or loot. Most people don't like them. But what if we can control what was in the loot boxes? In a way, that's exactly what I did, but my loot box was my fridge. I took a hard look at what I had in there, and I analyzed all the food and measured if it was going to help or hurt my progress. Upon first glance, there was a lot of calorie-dense, low-protein, highly processed foods in there that I had been eating for a very long time, and clearly got me to a point that I didn't want to be at anymore. After taking an extensive inventory of what was in my fridge, I knew a change had to be made. So I looked for low-calorie versions of the food that I already had in there. Swaps like normal cheese to fat-free cheese, cooking oil spray instead of full olive oil, sugar-free pudding instead of normal pudding. I really like pudding. Making small changes of the food that's already in your kitchen lowers the difficulty, big time. Next, I looked at the drinks. Drinking your calories when you're trying to lose weight is like trying to play the final boss on Elden Ring with no armor, even though I have had friends tell me that they've done that. Luckily, this is probably the easiest switch to make. Let's start with milk. Everybody has milk in their fridge. There's nothing wrong with dairy milk. It's loaded with calcium and has a lot of protein in it. But when you're trying to lose weight, you want to save the calories wherever you can. So when I make some of my recipes, like my protein ice cream, almond milk or cashew milk with a lower calorie alternative that help me save a good 100, 200 calories. Then there's the very controversial diet soda versus regular soda. I don't want to hear it. Diet soda is just fine. It's not going to give you cancer like people say it is. And you are literally saving hundreds of calories by drinking the diet or zero sugar version. A hidden gem that is not talked about enough in the fitness community is water flavoring. Sometimes it comes in squirt bottles, sometimes it comes in packets, but these bad boys make life so much easier and offer a lot of variety. Everyone knows they should be drinking more water, and this takes the boring aspect out of it. Here's another way to level up. When I'm actually gaming and I'm starting to get those late night cravings that we all get, here's how I make life easier. While playing Overwatch with the boys recently, I've been noticing that I've been getting a lot of sweet cravings. Instead of demolishing an entire tub of mint chip ice cream like I used to, I went and grabbed like 5 or 6 clementines and just ate those in between the rounds. God, those were good. Grapes are also a really easy way to just mindlessly snack on something if you're really getting the urge. Lately, fruit has been 100% my go-to snack. Having a low-calorie drink around also makes this a lot easier. Sometimes, however, fruit just does not do it for me. There are times where we just seriously need some ice cream or some candy. And guess what? That's totally okay, and you can still do that while you lose weight. I stock my freezer ahead of time for when those moments do come around, and usually it's sugar-free candy or low-calorie or keto ice cream. Yes, you heard that right. I said keto ice cream. Most of you know how I feel about keto, but some of the low-carb ice creams are actually really great alternatives to full pints of ice cream. Some of them have weird textures, but for the most part, they're great. And it's about 25% of the calories of a normal pint of ice cream. As for sugar-free candy, usually what my go-to is sugar-free dark chocolate. I have to have some chocolate somewhere in my fridge, or loot box, if you will. Games are going to be a lot more fun when you have a little bit of chocolate in every loot box you open. And notice how I said sugar-free dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is superior. Fight me in the comments. Now, obviously, food doesn't just magically drop in front of you like it does in the video game. As nice as that would be, we have to go to the store and buy it ourselves. Don't get distracted with useless side quests. Just make a list and stick to it. A lot of the times I just make it a speed run. I go to the grocery store several times a week, so usually when I'm there, I'm trying to minimize my time actually in the store as much as possible. So the final way I fill my fridge with the most loot possible to gain the most XP is by centering my shopping trips around building meals. I already helped you out with the snacks, but meals and ingredients are going to be what takes up the majority of your space in your fridge anyway. Whole foods, leftovers, meal prep containers if that's your thing. Here's the easiest way to shop for those ingredients. When you start a new game of Fallout, you only get a certain amount of skill points to use to build your character. Use the same frame of thinking for your meals and your food. I only have a certain amount of skill points available within my budget, so I have to balance all of my macros out: proteins, carbs, and fats. I always want my protein levels to be the highest, so I always shop my protein first. But we always need a good balance of carbs and fats as well. We're gonna need our energy somehow. You could also throw in another stat bar, taste, which is obviously super important. Some of the people on this app giving advice on how to diet just sound ridiculous. Food is fuel, nothing else. I don't eat for taste, I eat for fuel. That sounds like a miserable way to live your life. The biggest thing I've learned more than anything else after losing 110 pounds, if you want to make long-term change, you have to make sustainable change. We have to enjoy what we're eating to keep doing it. Think about it. If you don't enjoy the video game you're playing, you stop playing it. Same can be said with diets. If you don't enjoy your diet, you're not going to stick to it. Before I get out of here, let's go back over the ways I made weight loss a game and how you can too. 1, I swapped some of the everyday ingredients and cooking materials that people use all the time for lower calorie alternatives. 2, I made my drinks help and not hurt my progress. We're only drinking the good potions out here. 3, if I'm weak to snacking, I don't stop snacking. I just buff the snacks that I am eating by making them lower calorie and higher protein. Number 4, the most important one. When I'm shopping for meals. I'm balancing all 3 stats, protein, carbs, and fats, with calories in the back of my mind, while also making it taste good. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I found several ways to make weight loss and fitness a game. This is just the first one. If you found this useful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. I love you. Peace out.